everyone, it's Cody. I just wanted to offer a preemptive thank you to those listening and offer a small disclaimer. This is the first time any of us have done podcast recording, so it took us a little time to figure out our audio and our timing. The first couple episodes are rather long, but don't worry, we figured out our lives a bit by episode 3, so after that, there are more suitable lengths. And since the 4 of us work full-time jobs outside of this, we worried about keeping up with the release schedule we would all be happy with, so we batch recorded the first 6 months of episodes before we even started releasing. Thanks so much for giving us a listen, and enjoy the episode!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roll for Focus, episode 2, and with me I have my lovely players.
Hi, I'm Mars. I'll be playing Rokain.
Got some pronouns?
No, not today.
Fair enough. I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'm playing our lovely single dad Leonin Ygin, pronouns he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing the tiefling sorcerer Xelas. His pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Nee, pronouns they, them, and I play everybody else in the entire world except for Bob.
Yep.
Bob is just me in another hat.
Mm-hmm.
In another hat. You're not wearing a hat right now.
So, last time, a lot happened. We started with a party here in an unexpected situation in an unknown building with an unknown man. Lots of unknowns happening. They were eventually, after being wrangled a bit, told that they were the descendants of great ancestors who had defeated an ancient evil and locked it away. They were told about the Ichor and how it is destined to corrupt everything it touches, even the best of people. They were then told, hey, guess what? You're about the only ones who can fight it, haha. And couldn't get much more of an explanation because Rokain's favorite person in the world was in danger. Rokain and the others swiftly transported themselves away and to Morcorta, to rescue Marivin. They went there. There was an intense fight. A librarian by the name of Clarissa died a tragic, brutal death. But in the end, Marivin was safe, as was the majority of the civilians inside.
Nearly, it was only poor Clarissa that died.
Yeah. And that is where we pick up now, with Marivin carefully, probably with some help.
I was gonna say, Rokain would offer help
give
if
him
he
a
could.
hand down, yeah.
Yeah. Xelas would also offer, but I think everybody else is.
Yeah, still holding a hand close to his chest because it got pretty mauled.
That's when Rokain would probably start tearing off as much of the clean bandaging as he could to wrap up his arm.
Didn't we just get a health potion?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what, while Rokain's busy fussing with his fucking bandages, Ygin pulls out this basic health potion to give to him, going, I'm okay, you look like you need this more than me.
Are you sure? I mean this is the nicest way. Who are you?
My name is Ygin.
Okay.
I'm almost as confused as you are. So
Okay.
let's work on getting you feeling better, and then we'll explain the best as we can. We're here to help with Rokain.
Not that we have much more information.
Do you want me to roll it, or you want to roll it?
You roll it.
Just a basic 2d4 plus 2?
Yep.
Max! He gets 10 HP back! That was 2 4s.
That's all his HP.
Yay!
So did he need wrapping? Probably not.
Is it getting
Well, yeah,
wrapping?
but like
Still.
I don't play healing potions as like these magic things that all your wounds instantly heal up. Like he's still
like, he's not bleeding to death and dying anymore. It's the bleeding stopped, and like some of the basic flesh is probably stitched back together, but he's still torn up.
Yeah. So yeah, he probably has his bindings off now as well as he's wrapping up the
Rokain,
arm.
what happened to you?
Should you be taking those off?
You definitely shouldn't, and you shouldn't be putting them on me.
It's fine. As he continues just wrapping up his arm.
A lot's happened in the past 24 hours.
He's
for
probably
all
on the
of us.
verge of tears as
No,
well.
that's fair, and that's
No,
why Egan's
no.
just like, yeah, I'll handle some of the conversation while Rokain processes.
I don't understand. Oh my god. Oh my aspects. Oh, Clarissa.
Oh, fuck.
He's fucking drained. Whatever color he had to begin with, already drained. Just drains more.
Unfortunately, in trying to protect the children, one of the beasts did get to her. I did what I could, but she died trying to protect children.
That sounds like Clarissa.
Let's get you both sitting down. As he just like kind of puts one hand on Rokain's back and one hand on Marivin's and like guides them to the closest, probably
Thanks,
the
Dad.
knocked over table, but like picks up the chairs and slowly sets them both down. Oh wait, yeah, facing away from Clarissa.
Here, take a seat. Look.
Stare at her.
Get a good look. Burn this into your memory.
I don't understand. Why were they here? What were they? What?
We haven't been told a lot, but unfortunately, it's because of the three of us
More specifically, him in this case.
in this instance.
Okay.
He's
what
already
did-
crying
Pointing
at
to
that point,
Rokain.
just apologizing as much as he can.
I don't understand. What did you get into, Rokain? What? Are you okay? Are you?
No. He's just sobbing.
It's like, okay is a subjective term at the moment.
I think Marevin just brings you into a hug.
He hugs back.
Ygin is going to step away from this little scene briefly to go kind of like lay Clarissa down, like pull her off from the top of the desk and kind of lay her as respectfully as he can behind it for the time being.
Just keeps mumbling under, well, not under his breath. He's mumbling enough to be heard.
Yeah, through his sobs, essentially.
Yeah, just because of me, you're in danger. Because of me, Clarissa's dead. And because of me, the city's in danger.
This can't be all. I don't mean to keep saying I don't understand, but I don't understand.
I don't know. That's what I was told.
Well, that means you're in danger, right?
Just nods along.
We were told something's back and it wants to mess up the world.
Something's back? What does that mean?
Ancient evil from
Do I look like I know?
I don't even know who you are!
This-
Okay, I'm zealous. I still don't know.
Okay!
Hi, I'm Zealous. Nice to meet you.
we were told ancient evil of some description, ancestors we're descendants of. It's complicated, and we got maybe 5 minutes of explanation before we had to come save you from this.
You realize how far-fetched that all sounds
I'm
like?
very well aware, yes, but that's all I have. These beasts are tracking us because of something in our blood, and in doing so, they are targeting our loved ones.
I think he's just in shock.
No, that's fair. That's valid.
He's just sort of,
Rokain's with him.
yeah.
But once
If you stay here, you'll get in trouble. I mean, they won't understand what happened, and the creatures there, and you see that they are
Actively
fading.
dissolving.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, great.
All they'll know is Clarissa's dead, and
We're all bloody.
yes,
I mean, we had witnesses, you and the other people.
people in shock who
2 children and a traumatized mother and teenager.
They still saw.
They still saw, but when you're in shock, your mind plays tricks on you. Unfortunately.
I mean, Rokain would probably be okay because of who he is, but...
Xelas just looks confused at that.
After calming down, he's starting to think as clearly as he can. I can't just leave yet.
Well, you shouldn't stay here.
Well, not here, but I need to go home.
Okay, where's home?
It's wherever their house is.
It's at the city center of
Osrock?
of Osbork.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the center of the city.
All right.
All of you follow me. We'll move as quick as possible.
I'll stay here.
Don't we need to get somebody to take
Someone.
care of her?
Oh, I'm sure someone's on their way after the sounds that it made. If not, I'll go get the constable. Or I'm sure the people who fled went to go get the constable.
Yes, but should someone stay here to explain to a degree what happened?
Again, you two are I don't think... I can explain. The question is if you want me to tell the truth or if you think it's better for me to just say they were wild animals.
How are you going to explain the bodies being gone?
They ran away. We didn't kill them. We scared them off but didn't kill them. It wouldn't be unlikely. Wild animals, once they are proven that their prey is, you scare them off.
Do you often get wild animals in buildings in the city?
Not always, but it's not... It happens, I'm sure. They'd be
Xelas
willing-
is just like
They'd be willing to
doubtful.
listen to that instead of creatures that don't exist.
Yes, as far-fetched as it might sound, it's not as far-fetched as void beasts.
It sounds like you guys have a lot on your plates, and getting tied up for hours with a constable who would probably be suspicious of you isn't going to help that.
It feels weird just leaving, honestly.
Does, but he's not wrong.
Xelas just kind of shrugs, like,
And Ygin kind of looks to Rokain and these are your people. This is your city. It's your call what we do, Rokain.
Damn it, he's not wrong.
I'm usually not.
Obviously.
I think he just starts crying.
That's
Just
fair.
grabs his shoulders and you... Please be safe.
You should get that wrapped back up. Especially if you're going home.
I can't hide. What, am I going to hide it from my parents?
No, but you at least don't have to shock them right away with the sight of it.
Wraps up as much as he can with whatever he has left.
You scuff.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
I know.
I did have that thought first. He's like, no, I would not.
Sacrifice your scarf.
No. So yeah, I feel like it's just a quick brief hug again to make sure as he looks torn having to leave his friend.
We can come back before we head back.
Just nods his head before. Is there a back exit to this?
I
Library?
imagine so. It's a library.
Yeah.
They need to have a fire exit.
Yeah.
He probably takes the back exit and will most likely take the long way around if it means
Avoiding
keeping-
the bulk of
yeah.
crazy.
All right, so you lead them.
home to my house as you guys get deeper and deeper into the city where the rich
into
people
the
live.
the ritzier and ritzier part.
Xelas
Yeah,
is
you-
more and more uncomfortable.
Yeah, you guys go.
Egan starts getting uncomfortable as well. Like he's dealt with some finer people in the Merchants Guild, but this is Richie Rich.
Yeah, this is the capital of Morcorda. This is... I doubt either of you have been here.
No.
Again, Ygin might have been to Morcorda.
Yeah, but not Osrock.
No.
I think Zel's gonna be like, where are we?
capital. Osrourk.
We're in Osrourk?
Yeah.
You say that like I've been here. I haven't been here before.
I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. I'm sorry, that was rude.
Rokain, what's your family name, if I may ask?
Just mumbles it.
I imagine we at least know that name.
Yeah,
or
you would
I
know that that's
name.
the ambassador of
So-
Maquetta.
So yeah, he kind of mumbles out a Nornell, and Ygin just like comes to a complete fucking stop for a second as he looks at this kid.
Yeah, Xelas is also stopping and
Oh.
staring.
Surprise, I'm important apparently.
Are you joking?
Just gives you like this, like, does it look like I'm joking? Do we have time to be joking? I just have some requests to put in with my father to make sure that this place stays safe, and then we can leave.
All right.
And I should
Do
probably
we
update
have
him.
to meet
Do
your father?
you want us to wait outside when you go in?
Don't know.
Yeah, both of you just, are we about to meet a fucking ambassador? We've never met an ambassador.
Natalie's thinking, I'm not wearing a shirt!
You have one though. You can get dressed.
Yeah, you can put a shirt on, you harlot.
He's been busy walking after them and trying not to get run over and looking around at everything.
It might be beneficial to have you two with me.
All right. If you think that's best.
That's for personal reasons.
Now Xelas is
Selfish
pulling out the
reason.
shirt and putting on the shirt as he walks.
Let me make myself presentable real quick. Hold on.
In his mind, he's thinking, if I have people to back me up, my father can't convince me to stay. Or yell at me to stay.
Yeah, like, again, Egan's following Rokain's lead at this point. One, because this is his family, this is his people, and now he knows Rokain's important.
Yeah, so you approach your home, this beautiful multi-storied home that looks like historic, but not in that run down way, like in that like painfully preserved and fancy way, you know?
Yeah, Egan's kind of tugging at his armor and is hyper aware of how bloody his clothes are underneath the armor.
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
We all get clean.
I don't think Xelas was really that dirty, but okay.
It's
No,
just
but
your
just-
like dried, messy hair gets coiffed properly.
We all
Your the wrinkles in your shirt are ironed out. You know.
We're not going to do much for this, as he points to his circles around his face.
Is there really anything you could do?
Probably not.
No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay.
Not without some high level magic, frankly.
As he's just pausing at the door of the estate, like just can't bring himself to open the door.
Egan will reach if it's accepted and put like a comforting hand on his shoulder.
Xelas is just kind of shifting on back and forth on his feet uncomfortably. Like,
Yeah, Egan's not looking forward to this, but the kid's clearly struggling. And dad mode is still active.
Just takes a deep breath.
Xelas has no dad mode, but this is... You're asking me? Okay!
And we'll push open the door. And as he walks in, you can see like his whole demeanor shifts. He probably walks with a little bit more importance.
Yeah, it
than
stands
the
up
shy
a little straighter.
Yeah. There's like that click, click, click of like high heels, but regular shoes.
Yeah.
Whatever he's walking
Boot
down.
heels,
yeah.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Xelas is just like looking around at everything, just being like, I feel so out of place.
And then if you guys start to lag behind, he'll be like, he'll turn around and be like, please keep up.
Oh no, Egan is
Yeah.
tight on your heels because he doesn't want to be left alone.
Immediately, one of your maids comes up. Master Nonellus!
Now's not the time.
Something's happened. What? I have to.
Where is
We-
father?
He went on a trip. Remember, he had a trip. And you
Mother?
do recall that he had a trip to Muss to discuss business.
Is Mother still here?
Yes, I believe so. She's setting up that charity event.
All right. And wherever that charity event is in the house.
Well,
he's
yeah.
heading to where
It's
she
not
would be.
going on right now.
No.
Oh,
He's
thank
fucking-
God.
Everyone
working
pay
on
attention.
Preparing it
No,
in the house.
we
yeah.
must call a cleric.
It's fine for now.
Master Nonellus.
Not to be so rude.
He's on a mission.
He's dealing with a lot. It's all right.
I assume you just blow past.
No, he'll probably turn to her and
And you're free to make up a name for this maid if you'd like.
I
Don't put it all on me, man.
Marianne.
Marianne just kind of like cups his or her hands in his of just like, Miss Marianne, calm down, go about your day. I have stuff I must inform Mother about.
You're giving her an order?
And it's more of like a pleading
Yeah.
look of like, please just calm. Not like a fuck off.
Yeah.
So I can barely handle this right now. Please stop making it a big deal.
She sighs, but she lets it go, and you go to where your mother is setting up a.
Rap on the door before.
Come in.
I feel like at this point, this is where Ygin like hangs back at the door.
Yeah,
like
Xelas
he's there
is definitely hanging back.
for Rokain, but like he's not entering the room fully until told to, basically.
Okay, thanks. It's understandable, I get it. But he's like,
I'm a plebe compared to this woman.
I'm an extra plebe.
Yeah, Rokain is royalty. Egan is part of a merchant's guild, and Xelas is a scrapper.
From a small village, no less.
yeah.
So yeah, they're just being respectful at this point of the we know we don't belong here.
Does she have her back turned to him right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Before you turn around, Mother,
Rokain.
don't. Just 1 second. Let me explain. I need you to stay calm during this. I have information to share before I have to go. This is probably the most like direct he's ever been to his mother.
Go.
With that, she probably turned on.
Yeah, she kind of.
It's like you were supposed to be on a camping trip for the next 3 days. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
she kind of stands up, and your mother, she's a very beautiful high elven woman.
Yeah.
Long brown hair that's braided down her back. It like touches like her butt, like that long. Kind of a tall, thin. Turns around, sees you two first and looks confused, then looks at her son.
I think Xelas kind of waves a little bit. I don't know what else to do.
And Ygin kind of just like gives like a respectful bow of his head.
And then, looks to you and goes, "Oh, my darling boy." And she's immediately...
Yeah. Coddling.
A bit, yeah.
Great.
She's just like, what happened? Did Kasai,
No,
what?
no. Well, Kursai might be dead.
What?
Long story short, we were attacked by something. We're not entirely sure what it was. Somebody saved me. I don't know what happened to Kursai. He's talking relatively fast.
Was it one of you? You
No.
who saved my son? I'll offer you any
No.
reward.
I thought they were going to be like, wait, did you do this to my son?
No, ma'am. We were not there for Rokain's attack. We met soon afterward.
I got him out of a locked room.
What? You were in a locked room?
Yes, Mother.
I don't understand. We need to call your
I'm
father
sorry.
back. We
That's
need
not
to...
helpful, Xelas.
It's the truth.
I agree that Father should return as soon as possible. But you should know that what attacked me came in and attacked people in the city, and he will turn and kind of motion to you two. These two helped some fucking swept the floor. Helped protect the innocents and a few other people. Sadly, we did lose one person to the attack. Not informing who, because Mother doesn't need to know that. It's fine.
She wouldn't know who the fuck Clarissa is. She's not that involved in
No,
your
but
life.
she doesn't need to be like, okay, well, who's Clarissa? Why do you know that? But like,
Yeah.
I don't need her pushing for more details right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if whatever attacked is going to return, but I think the best option now is to increase security as much as possible.
Rokain, you can tell me all this later. Right now we have to get you to a cleric.
I can't stay.
Can't stay?
No.
You're staying, young man. Look at you.
I think we can at least spare the time for a cleric to look at your eye properly.
Yes, but you heard what he said. They're after us.
I'm aware.
He's turned away from his mother and is talking to them.
I'm aware, but you still need that taken care of.
Who is after you? You can stay and we'll simply put security on you. And who is this he?
I forgot his name already.
Kaxus.
It's Kaxus. He's the one that apparently saved me and locked me in a room. Since we spoke of that.
There's no need for you to go anywhere. We'll double security. We'll get you a cleric. You're not leaving here, young man.
Mother,
Us being here puts you in danger as well.
because of me, this city is already in danger. Because of me, somebody died. 2 people died.
I'm sure you can't take all the blame on yourself.
Just awkwardly watching.
Egan's trying, man, but there's only so much. He can't be like, "Hey, ambassador lady, we gotta go. We're taking your son back to where we all got dragged."
Wherever that
Were
is.
we told how the return keys work?
Yeah, just hold it and think of it.
Okay. Must we stay for the cleric?
It would probably be best for you to get that treated properly. Yes. And Xelas and I can be on a lookout just in case. But you should at least get that taken care of properly.
Fine. We'll stay for the cleric, but then we're leaving after.
You absolutely are not, young man. And she leaves the room to go send for a cleric for you.
Steps quickly out of her way.
Yeah, they both just like step to the side to let her out the door without any fight.
Yeah, she's a woman who strides with purpose. Now, here's a question for you. I have my leanings of what it might be, but what aspect do you think your family... My idea is duty.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page there. Or responsibility, but, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you guys are alone for a little bit in this massive ballroom.
You have a nice house.
Thanks.
Just looking around.
Yeah, Egan's kind of looking around too, like, holy shit, I never dreamed I would be here.
Yeah. This ballroom, not even this house, this ballroom alone could probably feed everyone in your town
For a good month.
for a good month. Feed everyone in your town and village for a good year.
Yeah.
I feel like in that silence, he just, just, hey, to get your guys' attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Is there really anything we can do to at all?
You guys helped protect somebody important to me. Although Clarissa died, you guys also saved a lot of people. So again,
I'm sorry, I didn't
Thank
realize she
you.
was being attacked.
that's something people have to come to terms with. We can't protect everyone.
We did the best we could with what we had available to us and getting thrust into it with maybe 10 minutes notice.
I don't even think it was 10 minutes.
Of course we helped, Rokain. I'm glad we could help as many as we did at the very least.
And if Kaxus is right, hopefully they don't come back to try again. Hopefully.
I hope that if the tables turn and you're the ones that need my help, that I can be there like you have.
Thank you.
And he's kind of just like rubbing his arm, kind of
Yeah.
very awkward, like.
Yeah, I imagine at this point, Xelas and Ygin have stepped further into the room.
No,
Or at least
at the door.
At least Ygin has. I can't speak for Xelas, but as Rokain starts his fidgety thing again, Ygin does kind of put another hand on his shoulder.
I think Xelas would have followed if Ygin went. He would not have initiated going into the room himself. But if Ygin
No, that's
goes,
fair.
Xelas will go.
And I think it doesn't take long at all when an ambassador calls for, because your mother and father are co-ambassadors, I think.
Yeah, they work together.
Yeah. When an ambassador calls for a cleric gets over there.
That's fair. That's smart.
Yeah.
So a man, halfling man comes in. You know him well. He's cleric Saurian Lightfoot.
Saurian?
Yes. Sorian.
Hey, that's how I spelled it.
I did EN.
Of a cleric of duty, and he's a very no nonsense man, but he's like basically been your family physician since you were young, so like there's a good rapport there. He's just like, Mr. Nonellis, if you would sit, please.
And takes a seat.
Begins unwrapping. Make an insight check.
Can all of us, or just
Sure.
or just Rokain?
Everyone can.
Flip, stupid. You said insight?
19.
A 5. I rolled
That
a
makes
2.
sense.
10.
You see that he does that very doctor thing of, oh shit, this is a bad situation, but
But that keeps the mask of everything's fine.
oh yes, this should be no problem at all. I can do a simple. What is that spell name?
Generation.
Regeneration.
A simple regeneration. And begins to attempt to do so, and it starts burning Rokain.
I feel like at first it's just like it hurts.
Yeah, but it's regrowing a body part.
Yeah.
That's normal, right?
And then as his other eye gets wider and wider, as he grabs to clutch his eye, as he probably falls off of his chair if it starts hurting that much.
Yeah, like it is. It almost feels as bad as losing the eye did.
Yeah.
Not as bad because holy crap.
That's a
but,
lot, yeah, but...
he immediately stops. He's like, I don't understand.
Does the burning stop as soon as he stops
Yes.
casting? All right, yeah. Then he's
Like
just
there's some remnants, like how kind of like after something kind of burns you feel that like phantom flame almost.
yeah. He's probably bringing his hand back up to where his eye was and looking and pulling back to make sure it's not bleeding again.
No.
No blood. No. He's shaking because of pain.
That should not have happened. Mr. Nonellis, what exactly happened to you?
I don't. It's not a big deal.
I will say, though it hasn't regenerated, it has sort of
Scarred over.
scarred over a
Okay.
bit. Like it still looks rough.
Oh yeah,
It
but
looks
it's like a
but
more
it
of a
looks like
new
you know
scar,
like a
not
yeah
but,
like
but
a
it's a more like a month or two healed scar
Exactly.
at this point over it happened yesterday.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know the exact details, but from what we've been told, it was some kind of corrupted beast.
Corrupted beast. Kind of frowns to himself. He's like, well, Then we'll have to go the natural route, won't we?
Sure.
We're not going to naturally regrow an eye.
No.
Not a starfish.
No, but goes into his bag, kind of takes out, gives you some creams, and goes, regrowing the eye isn't going to be an option, it seems like, but you'll need to maintain and keep that good, and eventually the pain will decrease, and as will the scarring eventually not be so severe. Every day, put this on, and at night, put this on.
Got his little medicines now that he probably puts into one of his pockets. Or bag.
And as usual, I'll come back in a month or so and check on your progress.
Of course. As he just lies to this person.
I'll totally be here in a month for that checkup. No problem.
I'm assuming Mother is here as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she looks satisfied at your answer, of course. She nods. She goes out to talk to the doctor. But as she's going, she's like, I'll be right back, darling. And then looks at you. And both of you are welcome to stay here for the night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And heads on out, and you are in the room alone.
We're not staying here for the night, are we?
No.
Okay.
I feel like he's going to rip off a piece of paper or something like that. Just scribble a little sorry. I can't. And we'll pull out the little gemstone, the return key, and be like, are we ready?
Did you want to check in on your friend again before we left?
Absolutely, I do, but...
Are we going to be able to get back out of here? If your mom seems pretty insistent that you stay.
Okay, you absolutely don't think you're getting... Like, you know some places to sneak out of here, but you know your mom knows those routes.
Is there any, like, maid, butler, or something in this room with us at the point?
Not at the point, but you could easily just lean out and call one, and your mom wouldn't think to...
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna write a bigger note then. One for Marivan, one for Mother and Father. Might take him a couple minutes.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But it's gonna be as fast as he can. He's trying to get it done so that Mother doesn't.
Yeah, she's
Pop
in
back in.
deep talks with, the cleric who just saw something impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And after writing those notes, he's going to ask,
Marianne again?
sure, if she came.
Sure, she'd come.
Yeah, and be like, here, bring this one to the Black Dragon cafe thing. Give it to the store owner, and then this one's for Mother, this one's for Father. Just give them to him in, how about an hour?
Very well, Master Norel. Are you okay?
Shouldn't you just leave the ones for your parents, like, over on the table?
That would be...
Because don't you think they're going to blame her?
Blame me?
For letting him leave? I don't...
He's leaving? Master Dornelis, you can't leave.
I have to. You have to understand that this is what I have to do.
I don't think I'm allowed to let you leave, sir.
I think you should just leave the letters for your parents on the table.
Yeah. And promise me you will bring that one to the Black Dragon.
I promise, but again, I don't think I'm allowed to let you leave, sir.
And I don't think you have a choice. As he reaches in, grabs it, and thinks of the place that he needs to go. He just goes,
Ygin and Xelas just kind of share a look, and Ygin takes out his own gem to pop out.
Yeah, Xelas is scrambling to get his out. He, like, stuffed it in a pocket or something.
Terribly sorry. This is very awkward, but very sorry. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Yeah, his mother's hyacinth is running over now. Where is my son? I don't understand. Marianne, why are you screaming?
Stone? House is back!
A little brevity for our...
I don't think you have a choice. Peace. It's such an asshole way to do that, but he didn't know what else to do.
And then just abandoning Ygin and Xelas for a hot minute while they're like, oh
We're going down! Yes, you appear back in the main hall where the stone is. Kaxus is sitting at the table reading a book and looks up. Oh, good. You're back. How are you? I
believe we're fine. We made it out as unscathed as could
I
be.
don't know what fucking powers you think we have. I didn't get anything.
Oh, I have now that you're here, I can be a little more exact in what it is now that we have time.
No, nothing. Nobody else is getting attacked. None of our family.
I was gonna say first,
Yes.
before we go on to that, you need to tell us if those two's families are in danger.
They shouldn't be in danger currently.
Shouldn't
No.
be.
Is there a way to check?
I have a scrying mirror.
That should work, I think. Right?
Either way, I need to get word back to my family. As far as my friend is concerned, I'm probably dead.
Oh shit! They probably think I'm dead too.
Then we can just quickly pop over to your guys'
Oh god,
places.
Vitalin's gonna tell them I was diving. Oh my god, they're gonna think I drowned.
The last my best friend knows of me is I was running off to drag those beasts away from the caravan.
I will provide you with the pellets to be able to go and visit your families and let them know you're okay before we get started. But I do think it's important, just in case more creatures are attracted to you while you're out, that we know what you can do.
Do you have a way to figure that out?
Yeah.
then?
Yes. Part of me as being a guide, I can tap in to some of what you can do. It seemed, how did you two handle the fight? Did you feel different? Did you feel
I'm
No.
more adept with a dagger than I usually am.
I felt pretty useless.
Felt the same.
I know
honestly.
you didn't like me asking this before, but will you give me your hands?
Just offer his hands out.
And he takes them and he kind of closes his eyes, and you see around your hands this sort of light blue light as he goes, "You do have magic now."
I mean, I could make some frost.
No,
before.
you have more magic. The stone tapped into an ancestral latent magic. Perhaps you can try now. Just concentrate
on.
Close your eyes, reach for something inside you, and cast a spell.
What kind of advice
It's always been very natural for me. I don't. Yours seems like natural magic. I never had anyone to teach me. I don't know how to teach you.
That's again very vague. I can't help you. I know nothing of magic.
Just
So it's just like, what the fuck? Why? How is this helpful?
you have magic. Know that you have it. Have you
Okay.
ever meditated?
No.
Close your eyes.
Close his eyes slowly.
When I reach for my guide abilities, it's a very natural feeling. I close my eyes, I take a breath, and I can feel it filling me. I can feel the power just and if you just focus on expelling, I'm sure you'll cast a spell, even if you don't know what it is.
I think Xelas is standing there with his eyes closed, with his hands in Kaxus, and thinking, "This is so stupid. What the hell am I really supposed to be doing? This is ridiculous."
I like Artemis, you gotta fucking work with me here, man.
That's Xelas, though.
Just cast a fucking spell, Artemis.
I
Just
can't
cast me
help.
an image or something, Artemis.
Just what now?
you have mirror image, right? That's
Silent image.
Silent image.
That's a. Yeah, I wasn't thinking he was gonna do a level spell. If anything, was gonna
okay, then do a cantrip. Do something.
Even just your ray of frost, but an actual ray instead of just frosting your fingers.
I'm gonna do shocking grasp.
Because he's so annoyed. He's like, this is so fucking stupid. I don't get why we're doing that.
Is that a roll to hit? Is that a save?
Oh, hold on.
I think it's a touch.
I have to make a melee spell attack against the target. And I have advantage if the target is wearing armor made of metal.
Kaxus is not.
Okay.
I mean, you're also holding his hands already.
Yeah, I'll say you get advantage for that.
God, I'm still gonna fucking miss. Well, that was a 3 on the dice. And that was a 5 on the dice. So I missed because the highest I got was a 9.
But you still see everyone sees the magic. Explain what it looks like.
So lightning. The shocking grasp does lightning damage, but I'm saying all of his magic. It just looks like black energy. It acts like lightning, do the damage as lightning, but it's like black sparks and stuff just shooting around his hands.
Yeah, all of you see that. Even you, Zealot, like you feel it go through you. You open your hands.
Eyes.
Open your hands and open your eyes.
Yes, you open your eyes and you're just like,
Oh shit! Pulls my hands
Well,
away.
there you go.
What the hell was that? Oh, there's no hell. What aspects was that?
Magic. You are magic.
Oh, okay.
Every magic looks different. I'm not exactly sure what that was supposed to be, but you casted it. Good job.
Thanks.
Could I roll
As
an
he's
Arcana
looking
to
at
try
it,
to
hands
understand?
from either side.
I'm going to say with disadvantage because it didn't actually go off, so you don't
Okay.
know what the effect is.
That is a 13 in total.
There's a few it could have been.
It doesn't help that it doesn't look normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's really hard to tell.
Could I tell at least that it was like a lightning base?
Like
No, again,
electricity.
it was no, because
Thunder.
it doesn't look like that.
No?
It's that
Okay.
black energy. It might move like you would imagine lightning and
Lightning?
stuff to
Okay.
move, but
It
it's
did look
black.
like black lightning almost.
Yeah, basically.
So,
but
like, maybe you could tell it had lightning energy, but it was different than a normal.
Mhm.
And then he goes, if either of you said you felt you had more skills with a blade. That's
Yes.
probably where yours manifested. And
Ygin just kind of shrugs.
kind of takes Rokain's hand and goes,
I mean, you did manage to kill all of those ink blots.
And you also seem to have more skill with weapons.
Sure.
You did also go through quite a bit of trauma
What is
recently.
that noise you're making?
Sorry.
I mean, you did manage to shove your sword into that big one's mouth and stop it from biting me. That takes some pretty good skills.
Yeah, that's where I was aiming. Totally. It was just luck.
In the
You
meantime,
still
I'm
did it.
was still trying to, so I can help guide you better, know who your ancestor was. If before you leave to check on your individual families, you could step on the stone once again, each of you, just to see.
All right.
Um,
Ygin kind of glances around, and if no one else is volunteering, he'll step up on it.
okay. What are your stones right now?
Hold on, let me dump them out and see. I've got 5 5 white ones and 1 black one.
All right. Well, give me 3 of those.
Oops. 3 white ones have been turned in.
Do-do-do-do.
You feel an energy surge through you. You feel once again like a power coming through you, and you for a moment you have a feeling that isn't your own, where you like an emotion of like enjoying the heat of battle, of liking the idea of glory and things like that. And you almost feel like you're on fire, but instead of feeling uncomfortable by it, it feels natural. And you are now resistant to fire damage.
Cool. Cool.
And I didn't even have to play a tiefling.
What does it look like watching Ygin stand on this stone?
Watching Ygin, specifically Ygin, stand on this stone, you see the gems start to flicker, like light up, and the runes glow with a bright red. And one of the gems in particular begins to turn. And Kaxus's eyes go wide at that. And then it just stops. I know who your ancestor is.
Oh. From just that?
Yes, if I'm reading it correctly, there's of course a possibility, but each of these gems, they represent a different ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that moved for you when you stepped on top of it was Droxen's.
Can you spell that, please?
Droxen.
Okay. And who is that exactly?
Droxen Kaxus, she, of course I can get you her book and her journals, but she was a powerful druid.
You feel more connected to nature
she
now?
She was a leader, the leader of your ancestors. She was also a red dragonborn.
Interesting.
Obviously, the ancestry has
branched off a bit since then, but I did feel warm when I stepped up.
perhaps
Not burning, but like I was surrounded by fire without being on fire. It was a very strange sensation. I'm not sure. But a red dragonborn would make sense in that vein, I suppose.
As Rokain fights the urge to info dump all he knows about dragons.
You found my hyperfixation!
But yes,
Here,
now that
have
we
all
know
of
that,
this.
I can find some more information on her so you could know her better and perhaps
Know what I might be more
capable
capable of.
Yes. Again, how it manifested in you is different from the gifts you'll get from her. So just because she was a druid doesn't mean it just awakened the most natural path for you, which seemed to be an affinity for your daggers.
I suppose.
Are druids known for using daggers?
Not at all, but
Oh.
I don't understand.
but I guess
it
that
either.
was Egan's most potential.
It's the only weapon I have any sort of knowledge of using. I craft many, but I don't use many.
Xelas, would you like to?
He does work at a forge, so
Yeah.
surrounded by fire a lot.
I guess. Yeah, sure. All right. We'll wait for Ygin to step off and then step
Ygin
up
will
there.
Step out of the way.
And you don't have 3 of either, do you?
Nope.
So
I have 2
nothing
of each.
happens.
He stands there for a moment just looking at the thing like, well, that was
Xelas just keeps getting the short end of the fucking stick.
looking down at the stone and goes, no, that's anticlimactic.
Oh, I'm sure. Perhaps next time. When you only just tapped into your magic, perhaps that's why.
Okay. I mean, how often do we have to stand on this thing?
Often.
Oh, okay, fine.
Would you like to try?
I guess. As he just kind of like taps his
And what do you
hands.
have?
I have 3 blacks and 2 whites.
Give me those 3 blacks.
Granted, one of the blacks is half clear.
It's fine.
You all watch as Rokain. You suddenly feel very safe in this moment. You feel protected, but you also feel like a little bit of like you suddenly feel this version of like the world isn't looking out for us right now. Like Destiny fucked us over on the cards. You know, there's only 3 of us. The world isn't gonna look out for us here. I have to protect me and my own in this moment. You feel resolute in that. And I'm not gonna give you the name of this ability. You can name it yourself.
Okay.
I have a name for it, but you can name it yourself.
Okay.
As a reaction, when you are attacked, a hardened shell covers you, reducing your damage 1d12 plus proficiency bonus. Your attacker receives a certain kind of damage equal to the damage reduced. And
Okay.
I will let you know that when the first time you use that ability.
It's 1d12.
Plus your proficiency bonus. So basically, as a reaction, you can choose to roll and inflict that damage on that you reduce on yourself onto the person who attacked you.
All right. And out of curiosity, what does this look like for them?
None of the gems light up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All of the runes light up in black.
Mm.
And this energy, it's not like a sinister, it's just kind of shadowy, like yours
Yeah.
was. It's not like, oh no, great evil.
No, but it's still like
It's
that's
not like
different from me.
Yeah.
Weird.
And it's more shadowy and ethereal, and it moves around him, and then it just drops, and Kaxus looks confused. It's like, I don't, that's not in the books. I don't, none of the gems moved, I don't.
That's comforting.
So you don't know which ancestor is his?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any idea what just got imbued upon him?
I have no idea.
Wonderful.
I mean, I'm not even sure what got imbued upon you. Just
that's fair.
an aspect of Joxon. It could be an ability she had as a Dragonborn or an ability she had as a druid. But I do at least have all the names of your ancestors for you. There's Joxon.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Azuna.
Spell.
Azuna. There was Hiss.
Hiss.
Yes, Hiss.
I imagine HISS hiss.
Yes.
Okay.
There was Austin. Arstern. And there was Lucky.
Lucky.
Well, I believe their name was Lucky Knot of the Barren Glade, but Lucky.
Okay.
I didn't give you all their full names.
Okay.
I've been reading up since you've been gone, just on them and their names and what their capabilities. Hopefully I can get more information for you by the time you come back, but I know you all are eager to check on your families.
Yes.
So he gives you each 2 balls. He's like, those should be good for 2 locations. Again, the first person, picture where you want to go. And he points to one, and then he basically points to the ones that are linked. So the first person, there's like one that has like a gold ring around it and one that has a silver.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so the person with the gold ring around it, when they crush it, think where you want to go. The people who were following them crush the gold one, not the silver one, or you'll be going somewhere different.
Okay.
All right.
It's best for you to remain together. I think we can all say that for safety.
Just in
Mhm.
case anything else attacks, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question is, where are you going first? I'll feel if you're close to death or anything. It's how I found you when you were being attacked. but otherwise I can't leave unless it's to save you.
Would you protest us
Sucks.
checking in on my family first?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Then we're off to Greenbury.
I
Good
don't
luck.
know where that is.
It's near the coast of Leith on Sarbus.
Oh, okay. Trying to recall his geography lesson.
Kane's like, Jesus, that's across the fucking continent.
Good luck. Stay safe. And I think that's a good place to go to break.
Yeah.
And welcome back. So, you all, once again, Ygin crushes it first with the intent of going home, I assume.
Yes, he's thinking of Zara, thinking of home. Crushes it to return.
And both of you crush a
Yeah.
corresponding one after.
Yeah.
Probably just like a moment afterwards, though, not any
Mm-hmm.
hesitation or
I was like,
waiting.
Rokain probably waits for you to do it too. That way, because like he wasn't
Yeah, he went first last
Yeah.
time, so he doesn't really know how long you have to wait and
exactly.
whatnot.
So it's like, oh, you're crushing it. Okay, me too. Then
Yeah, you poof, and a moment later, he crushes and he poofs.
I follow suit.
Yeah, so you are outside your home. Or rather, probably your parents' home, because they were watching Zara and Ygin as
Yeah.
you guys...
Since me and Drake were both
Gone.
out. Yeah.
The good news is Drake maybe hasn't made it here yet to give the tragic, awful news.
Yeah. The downside is I can't tell Drake I'm not dead.
You can leave a note.
I could leave a note and be like, assure him when he gets here that I am fine.
Rokain's not wearing any covering now that I think about it.
It's fine.
It looks better
Yeah,
now,
it
though.
looks
does.
It looks better
But there's
now.
still a hole. Like he's not keeping his eye closed or anything.
It's fine.
I don't know if you can really draw your eyelid back all the way without an eye there to help kind of support
Yeah.
it.
I think that's half of what...
Helps hold the eyelid up.
That would make sense.
I don't know, though.
Granted, I'm
I-
sure it's like sunken.
From,
Yeah,
with-
from
yeah.
the little I've seen of people without eyes on TikTok that have prosthetic eyes, like it's mostly just bad for your socket to not have that support there, but they can open their eyes without
Oh, no, I'm
anything
not
in
saying
the
that they-
socket.
They can't open their eyes. I just don't know how well you can hold it open without the additional support of resting on an eyeball.
I don't know.
I don't know.
genuinely don't know.
But either way, your face fucked up.
Yeah.
Just
Either way, it looks weird.
a healthier fucked up now from
Oh,
healing.
Yeah. A healed fucked up, but a fucked up
Only
nonetheless.
hurt a lot to heal. Like
Yeah, no. When Xelas appears in this town, he's like, "Oh, this is much better. This is not nearly as bad.
A little quieter than
Quaint.
Yeah.
Rokain's, yes.
Still looks bigger than my village, but that's not hard to do."
So yeah, he just kind of gives a half knock to let them know that someone's there, but lets himself into the house.
Yeah, I think
Just kind of opens the door, going, "Mother, father."
I think Ygin and Zara are playing,
Mm-hmm.
like, probably fucking wrestling.
Sounds about right.
Zara's idea, of course.
Of course.
She has Ygin pinned and then looks up. Dad, you're home already!
Hey, cub, come here. And he like kneels down and opens his arms
Rushes
for
to
her.
you, big hug. And she's about
11.
11 now.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I had timeline right.
Yeah, she's 11. So yeah, he just like immediately scoops her up and hugs her really tight for a minute, just holding her. It's like, yes, It's been a strange few days. Where are your grandmother and grandfather?
Grandpa's in the forge,
Mm-hmm.
and Grandma's in the kitchen. Grandma! Dad's home already! What do you mean your father's home already? And you hear your mother.
Mm-hmm. He kind of like does pause to look at Rokain and Xelas and just kind of nods towards like the couch and whatnot. It's like, you two are free to make yourselves at home. Before he starts heading towards the kitchen, still
Yeah,
holding.
Ygin
his-
looks confused. He's like, what?
Your father's
Where's my
fine.
dad?
Your father's fine, Ygin. He's just.
Why are you home and he's not then?
It's a little complicated to explain. I got in a touch of trouble, and a friend helped me and brought me home. But your father's taking the long way home right now.
That doesn't seem very smart of him.
It wasn't his choice for everything that happened, but it's all right. He's all right.
Okay. I mean, this 14-year-old trusts you
Implicitly,
so you tell him it's okay.
He just kind of like reaches a hand to ruffle his hair affectionately before heading before heading to the kitchen. Zara still being held.
Yeah.
Does little Ygin go?
Yeah, no, little Ygin comes over to you guys. So who are you then?
I'm Xelas.
Rokain.
Are you Ygin son?
No?
But your name's Ygin too?
My dad's his best friend.
Ah.
He's my uncle.
Okay. Then I'm guessing the girl is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My best friend.
By the by, for everyone listening, Zara is a half Leonin, half Drow little girl. So she's like 4 foot tall. She's got purple Drow skin and long white hair, and then she's got little like mutton chops and gold eyes like Ygin with sharp little teeth and sharp little nails. So she gets mistaken for part tiefling a lot because of her tail, but she is half Leonin, half Drow.
She also has a little bit of a red dragonborn in her too.
Yeah, ancient red dragonborn way the fuck back there. But yes, so
yeah. And for you guys, you see in front of you sort of this darker skinned little boy. Well, little, he's like 14, 15. Teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy, messy hair. Just, Drake has fluffy hair that is contained and controlled. Little Ygin has.
Afro.
Yeah, basically. It just poof. But he, he's a little gangly. Now, starting to fill out because he's starting to do forge work.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's well into that awkward teenage phase.
Yeah.
His voice is no longer cracking, though. But yeah, it's just... Well, are you my uncle's friends?
Yeah, we just met him, but yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
You guys are weird.
Thanks.
To Ygin, your mother looks concerned.
which is fair. We were you said it was a month-long journey. We were probably 2 weeks or so into that.
Yeah.
At that point. So yeah, no reason for him to be home now.
Not to mention, it's a month-long journey to get there, and then you're there for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she probably didn't expect you back for another month.
At
maybe
least,
even,
if not 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because most likely you would have stayed up there with Drake.
Mm-hmm. While he was doing whatever construction job he managed to get while he was there.
Yeah. So, maybe not even 2 months is when she expected you. So she's just like, Ygin, what happened? Why are you home?
It's a long story, Mother. And he kind of like comes over to her and wraps his free arm around her to give her a bit of a hug.
Should we describe your mother?
I mean, we can. She's Egan's adopted, for the record.
See, there
which
we
is
go.
something that hasn't been brought up before.
I had forgotten.
Yeah, I remember, but nobody else is going to know this unless you guys.
I was about to say this human woman much smaller than you, but
Yes, she's a human woman that's like 5'4". She's got pale ivory skin, long graying auburn hair that goes to like her mid back, and she's slender and older. She's almost 70 at this point, but
Same.
yes, but she's a human.
Not an elf.
So yeah, she's smaller and older and not at all a Leonin, because Ygin's adopted by 2 human people.
Yeah, you. She looks up at you, and she's your mom. She can immediately tell just by the way you're hugging her.
And I'm wearing armor, which I don't normally wear.
Yeah, like that's one thing, but like the way you're hugging her concerns her even more than that. I'm just like, darling, what's wrong?
It's a long story, Mother, which I do intend to tell you, but he kind of finally set Zara down and like presses a kiss to the top of her head. Go continue to bother Ygin and bother Xelas and Rokain with him, sweetheart. Go on, cub.
Thanks.
She kind of looks up. She looks between you. Dads, everything's all right?
At the moment, yes, darling.
Kind of found in that way where kids is like, I know something is up.
I know you're doing that adult thing where you're not telling me everything,
but okay. And she leaves.
And then Ygin, there's probably a stool or something in the kitchen that he just kind of sits down real heavy on and looks at his mom, and he's like, unfortunately, I think Drake thinks I'm dead right now, Mother.
Her eyes go wide, but she doesn't coddle you.
Just kind of ripping the Band-Aid of, here's what's going on, Ma.
Why would he think that, darling?
When we were packing up, that was this morning, actually, wasn't it? Yeah,
it's nearing the end of the day, yeah.
But yeah, that was this fucking morning. This morning when we were packing up camp for the night, these beasts came out of the tree line, and they were hunting me. It's again a long story that I don't have all the information for, and I will tell you everything that I can that I have so far. But unfortunately, we won't be able to stay very long. I just needed to come check in on you all.
I'm trying to understand.
I am aware, and I know it's a lot to process. I'm still processing it, honestly. But when I realized they were focusing on coming for me, I did my best to lead them away from the caravan. No one else needed to get hurt if they were hunting me. But
that sounds very much like you.
But a man by the name of Kaxus saved me. Brought me back to... I'm still not sure where he is. We've only seen the inside. I genuinely don't know where it is, but a sort of safe house. There were 2 other young men. He kind of nods out towards the living room. Xelas and Rokain, they're here with me now. But they were also there they were hunted by their own beasts. I'm about to tell you something that sounds like it's straight out of a fairy tale, Mother, and I'm very sorry.
Well, I've never been anything but open-minded.
I am aware, but from what Kaxus told us, there's some millennia-old evil reawakening. And we're supposedly descendants of millennia-old heroes that locked it away the first time. It sounds absolutely bonkers the more I say it, and I am aware of that. And I am still half under the impression I'm going to wake up in a few hours and this will all be a terrible dream, but...
Well, I believe you because you're my son.
I appreciate that.
And this isn't the sort of thing you'd lie about.
Not the...
You're not usually a liar unless it's, oh no, Mother, we forgot your birthday. You'd think you'd stop playing that card. It's been 5 years in a row now. You got me the first time. You're not going to give me another time.
Fine, this year we'll genuinely not do anything for your birthday and renew that surprise.
She chuckles and gives you a little pat, but then that little slap on the shoulder turns into a squeeze as she like comfortingly kind of as she does, runs a hand through your mane and goes, "You must be so tired."
That's a word for it.
Are you
yes.
sure this is true? What he's telling you?
Unfortunately, yes. Rokain, he got particularly injured, and then we were told his loved ones would be being hunted because of it. And when we traveled to Mother, I met the ambassador.
The ambassador, our ambassador of Sabas?
Yeah, no, of Gita of Morkata.
Oh,
Morkata. There we go.
oh,
But we
one
went
of the ambassadors of. Oh my! I thought even just meeting the ambassador of Sabas.
No, Mother. But we went to Osrock, where one of Rokain's dear friends was under attack by very similar beasts, and we had to dispatch them, and most everyone made it out unscathed in that, but he kind of cringes and but there were casualties.
Oh dearest.
But and I can do things today I wasn't able to do yesterday.
What sort of things?
I can dual wield daggers now.
I mean, you've always been very good with a dagger.
Not in the same precision. I can use it to fell a deer and skin it, but not what was done today. I'm stronger now. I can do more now. It's all very strange.
It's unbelievable, that is certain. If I wasn't your mother...
I know, you'd have me committed to a temple with hopes of clearing my insanity.
I do feel that's what's ahead for you.
I am aware. But I needed to come make sure all of you were all right. And unfortunately, I don't have the means to reassure Drake that I'm all right. The best I could do is ask you all to reassure him when he gets home, because I'm sure he's on his way back now instead of continuing on.
Yes. You will have to explain to Zara why you're not going to be here.
And that true, pained look crosses his face, and he, closes his eyes and kind of squeezes them shut for a moment. He's like, I'm aware. And that is...
I'm guessing this is going to take more than 3 months max.
More than 3 months max, yes, Mother. I don't know how long it will take. And I don't want to be away from her that long, but they can sense us, apparently. And so
Is it dangerous now for you to be here?
For a short term, it should be all right, but I'm more worried about leading any of them to you, and Zara, and Father, and Ygin.
So it truly will be a short visit. I was going to at least get a meal in you.
I appreciate that, but we still have to go to Xelas' home and check in on his folks as well before we head back. I'll reach out when I can. I don't know how often or how well, but I'll do what I can.
I think she just scoops you into that one of those mom hugs that despite you being so much bigger than you makes
yeah,
you...
being over a foot taller than her, I still feel so small. And he just leans into her, kind of nestles his face into her neck, and just hugs her.
Now your father will think you've gone insane if you tell him.
I'm well aware. Is it cruel if I let you fill him in on the details and just tell him I don't know when I'll be home again?
You know me, young man.
I know, Mother.
But I will.
Thank you. And he just hugs her real tight again before pulling away and letting out a deep sigh of, I need to go speak with Zara and Ygin and hope they're not giving Xelas and Rokain too hard a time.
Meanwhile, in the
living room.
Zoa is challenging you, Xelas, to an arm wrestling contest.
Xelas will agree.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Alright, let's see you try.
Contested strength roll against this 11-year-old.
I'm going to lose. It's gonna be hilarious. Yeah.
Did she nat 20?
She 19.
That's my girl.
Xelas got a 7. So I think he yep, you got me.
Yeah, and not even in that, it's like you really were trying.
You weren't expecting the strength out of an 11-year-old.
I think, yes, he was trying, realizing, oh shit, she's gonna beat me, and then just I'm just gonna make it, doesn't actually beat me, because I did give in, but, she thinks that she beat me.
I am victorious!
Man, what do? Do you lift weights every day?
Claps in the background.
I lift the weight of my own awesomeness.
That's a heavy weight.
Hi, Dad!
Truly
Hello,
spectacular.
Are
You
you-
didn't tell me your daughter could nearly wrench off my arm.
She's quite a strong one.
Yes, she is. He's pretending to be like,
Yeah.
ow. Pretending.
Yeah. There's a part of him that's like, man, that really did tweak a little bit.
Rokain's sitting back, just enjoying watching the kids.
Yeah, and little Egan's probably just glad he's not being the target for a change.
Yeah. Egan, you should do it. Okay, do you want to wrestle me?
Sure.
That's a nat 1.
That sounds about right. This is fitting for these two children.
I got an 11.
You fucking not even he's trying and then boom. Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You
Now
okay?
Xelas.
What?
Now Xelas.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is probably the most calm he's looked in a hot minute since you've known him.
Yeah.
It's like, I can focus on children being children and the world not ending for a hot minute.
Yeah, but Zoa comes over. Since you're home early, I was thinking we could make a cake together, and then tomorrow
Cub.
maybe we could.
Cub. And he kind of crouches down in front of her, hands on her shoulders. I'm not home early because I'm here to stay.
You have another job?
More or less, unfortunately, yes.
Well, how long will that job be?
I'm not entirely sure. at
Xelas
the
just
moment.
glances over at Rokain ooh.
Yeah, I'm kind of just back to the serious.
Can you visit between your jobs? Sometimes when you have jobs in other towns and you're able to come back and forth sometimes?
I don't know how frequently I'll be able to do that, Cub. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be more like one of your mother's jobs.
Her face.
Drops immediately,
Drops.
I'm sure.
You don't do those kind of jobs.
I know, Cub. And if I could refuse this one, I would.
Why can't you?
Because unfortunately, I'm one of the very few that's equipped for this job.
Well, maybe I can help.
All I need you to do to help me is stay here and keep you and Ygin and mother and father safe. Can you do that for me?
This is one of those adult things where you give me a job that isn't really a job.
You're too smart for your own good, Cub.
She just gives you a really big hug because, she's old enough that she knows you wouldn't be doing this if there
No,
wasn't a damn good reason.
Knows he's telling the truth of, if I could refuse this, I fucking would, yeah. He just hugs her really tight again.
Hugs you so tight. She doesn't want to let go, but she does. And you can tell she's putting on a brave face because she doesn't want you to feel bad for something you clearly can't.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of brushes her hair out of her face and holds her face between his hands. It's, I'll write I'll contact as much as I can.
And you'll visit when you can?
I'll visit when I can.
For real?
For real. You know, I don't lie to you, Cub. And I don't make promises I can't keep.
Okay.
So I'll do my best.
Okay. Can you at least stay for dinner?
I don't think we have the time right now. We have to go see Xelas' family next.
She looks annoyed because she's a child.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
Which is fair.
She's just like, why do you have to go see why can't he just go see his family alone? And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but she's also a child who, knows.
We have a trust between us.
Exactly.
And an understanding
And it's
between
like that
us.
thing of, she's young enough to have those thoughts, but old enough to know you don't voice it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Especially not in front of him. If it was just me and her in the room, she's like, but why can't he just go alone? Why do you have to go?
Yeah. So that's the sort of thing. She's at that age where it's like, I'm young enough to have those thoughts instantly and be a
But-
little resentful.
But they don't immediately come out of my face.
Okay, are you leaving now?
I need to go speak with your grandfather. But we're probably not staying very long, no.
Just gives you another big hug.
And Ygin, holds her really tight. And kind of looks over at Ygin and offers an arm out for him to come hug as well.
Yeah, he comes running in for a big hug.
And hugs them both real tight. It's like, and Drake's going to be a mess when he gets home. So just let him know that I am just
Why is he
fine.
gonna be a mess?
We separated in a less than ideal way. He might think I'm hurt right now.
Okay.
But you can let him know that I'm just fine. There's nothing he needs to worry about. And he presses a kiss to both of their heads and squeezes them one more time. I love you, Cub.
I love you too. Be safe.
I will. I'll do my
Super
best.
safe.
Super safe.
Okay. Just one more big hug.
Mm-hmm.
Then she sort of straightens up and goes, "Come on, Ygin, we should go investigate." What do we investigate? Something, I don't know. And just runs off.
And Ygin just kind of deflates further than he already was once they run off.
Rokain tries to do what you do of just a
Pat, pat.
Dylan's just like, she seems like a really cool kid.
She's the light of my life. And unfortunately, this is a particularly difficult situation. Her mother's an adventurer, so
Oh.
not a consistent contact is unfortunately something she's used to.
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of drags himself up to his feet. Well, Father's in the forge, and I should check in with him.
All right. Lead the way.
If you all want to stay here, you're welcome to.
No, we can come with you.
All right.
Do you think they're... And he brings his voice down real quiet because he doesn't want others to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you truly think they're going to be safe here?
I don't know, genuinely.
Kaxus said they were more interested in us, not our families.
Yeah, but you saw what they did to mine, and they lived in a big city. The guards could possibly, but kind of looks around this isn't a city.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but
They
Isn't it
also
we're able to read your
could
mind.
find your people a little more readily. I don't know.
There's just... I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people here to protect them if needed. Would it be better to relocate them?
Where? You said yourself your family in a big city couldn't be protected.
Ygin, the best you could do is go to the local constable.
Mm-hmm. And let them know that what, void beasts might come out of fucking nowhere?
Yeah, I feel like you're on a decent, like, because this is a smaller town, like, the constable makes it a habit to know everyone about.
Yeah. So,
Note to self, go talk to Echo.
but just kind of a, hey, I've heard rumors of more dangers coming about.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel, basically.
Constable.
If beasts or if animals start coming into town, take it seriously, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's about the best you could think to offer any protection. And even that is...
Not great. Yeah.
But, again...
It's something. Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't sit right with Rokain with the fact that, like, children are in danger.
Doesn't sit well with Ygin either.
There's got to be some kind of workaround to get him into the place that we get to go to. Somewhere to keep them safe.
He can't even pull full bloodline. It's like, yeah, Zara's at least direct descendant as well. Does she get a pass? But he's adopted. His parents don't have that.
That's why there's got to be a workaround.
And then Ygin and then Drake and little Ygin definitely don't have that. But yeah, so he kind of shrugs a shoulder and he's like, I can talk to the constable, tell him to be a little more alert for strange happenings. But that's about the best that can happen at the moment. I do plan to talk to Kaxus about it a little more when we get back. See if there's anything we can do. Any kind of wards or protections we can put in place.
I mean, he spoke about someone who comes to bring him food. If we could, maybe they could walk there.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. He kind of shakes his head and then kind of
Tries to pat again.
he gives a appreciative smile at that before leading outside to basically go to the back where the forge is.
Yeah, you go to the back, you can clearly tell it's running, your father's working.
So yeah, as he kind of gets closer, he calls over the din of the forge, going, Father.
Takes a bit, but,
Yeah.
Your father's a focused man. Like, he heard you, but, he finishes up his...
No, yeah, and he probably saw the, kind of twitch in his direction of, yes, I heard you, let me finish. And just kind of stands at the edge of the forge, not quite going all the way in to wait for him to get to a stopping point.
Stops, turns, looks confused.
No, that's fair.
Go ahead and describe your father.
Durant Steelmacher is also a human man. He's only a couple inches shorter than Ygin, about 70 as well. He's got dark russet brown skin and long shoulder length but contained graying hair. It still has little bits of the brown it used to be, but he's mostly just gray at this point. And he still he has a full beard that's trimmed into something respectable that's still mostly gray as well. He is broad, more muscular, because he does still work the forge. He does still make his weapons and his armor to sell, but he's not quite as filled out as he was, in the prime of his life kind of thing. And his skin is kind of rough, and there's littered scars and pock marks from sparks and whatnot over the years, but he's a stern man and holds himself very well.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you and he goes, "You're not supposed to be back yet. Come here."
He kind of nods like, I'm aware.
You're slacking off your work, boy. That's not how I raised you.
Oh, no, Father, it's a long story which Mother agreed to fill you in on the finer details.
That much means it's a story you don't think I'd like.
More one I'm not sure you'd entirely believe. But he gives his dad a hug as requested and sighs heavily. It's just... I'm going to be gone for a while, but not on the trip. Drake is probably on his way back with the wagon as we speak, but something...
That's a worrying sentence.
I'm aware, for a myriad of reasons, half of which you don't even know, Father. But...
You're free to tell me. No, gonna leave it to your mother?
For the most part. The finer parts that will have you calling a cleric on me to check my mental state.
I might already do that.
Wow, ours is, this interaction is going quite the same.
But for now, there's something I need to handle that I'm not sure how long it will take. So I'm going to be gone for a while. And like I told Zara and Mother both, I'll be in contact as much as I can, but the longer I'm here, the more danger you'll put in.
He definitely scowls a bit, not like mad at you.
No, just annoyed at the situation, yeah.
And not being filled in entirely, but like, you're his son, he trusts you. He trusts if you say it's dangerous, it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, well, I don't like it, but you're a grown-ass man.
I don't care for it either. Especially how disappointed Zara was about it when I told her.
Well, we'll be there for her.
I know you will, but it's...
Just write often. Visit as much as you can.
I will. I'll send letters at the very least. Send when I can. If I can.
Gives you kind of a firm hug.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it still makes you feel small, but in a very different way.
Mm.
Like, your mom makes you feel small because it's, like, comforting and, like, all-encompassing. Where your dad, he has a great relationship with you, but it's, like, that firm dad hug of, like, it makes you feel like a little kid who wants to, like, be as tough as dad and stuff again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get and you can tell me if I get the feeling like he's like one of those men you look at and he's like, he's a stern, gruff, distant father figure maybe at first glance, but like, he's a teddy bear.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. He's a very stern and straightforward man, but he's by no means uncaring.
Exactly. Like, people who don't know him, like a customer might think, oh man,
what a hard ass,
but secretly he's like the one, he's the grandpa staying up till midnight building a
absolutely
birthday gift for Zara.
So yeah, that's just all solid family relationships in this.
You have a solid family.
I built a rogue without a tragic backstory. It's a tragic current story. Anyway. But yeah. So he's like, I just needed to check in on all of you.
Gives you a clap on the back, nice and strong.
Yeah, one that would make Rokain fold if he got that same kind of hit.
Gives a nod, and I feel he's just like a man who, like, he says what he needs to say and he doesn't say a lot more.
Kinda, yeah.
You know, he's not a soft-spoken man, but just a
when he speaks, he has something to say, kind of
exactly.
thing, yeah.
So, and he said what needs to be said. He's expressed his worry, his dissatisfaction with this, but you know, you don't need his blessing.
No, it's a telling, not asking.
Exactly. So he's accepting that, and unless you have more to say, he's getting back to work.
That's
like,
fine.
he's shown you in his way. He said be safe in his way.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of gives a nod and lets his dad get back to work, and then glances back at Xelas and Rokain. It's like, I think that's, for the most part, everything I need. I will take a minute to write a note for Drake myself, so he doesn't just have to take little Ygin and Zara's word for it, or my mother's word.
I was about to say, wouldn't he believe your parents at least?
Yes, but still hearing it from me directly in a way would probably make him feel better.
Yeah, okay.
So he kind of leads the way back into the house to write a quick note to Drake of, hey, I'm not fucking dead. All's as good as it can be. Mom will fill you in.
Yeah, you know Drake will believe it.
Yeah. If anything, he's like, you get to be one of the dudes in the stories we used to read. It's like, yeah, not as much fun to actually live that out, bud.
Yeah.
So yeah, writes that, kind of gives it to his mom, like, here's a note for Drake. So it's from the horse's mouth, essentially, when he gets back, and bids her another goodbye. And I imagine Zara's scampered off at this point somewhere.
She's long gone.
Yeah.
Drake gets to mourn you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. When they get back, he'll be like, are you sure you don't have a fucking sending scroll? Do you have a sending scroll so I can tell my bestie I'm not fucking dead? No? Okay, cool.
Kaxus is searching for one. I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if that's one of the scrolls.
He has.
Just because there's so much old shit in this building.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rokain will help him go through it all eventually.
But yeah, so once that's
We'll
kind
get it
of
all sorted.
squared away, also checks in, kind of looks at the gear that Kaxus gave them. It's like, if we need anything better weapon-wise, I think I can provide that before we leave.
I'm good with my dagger.
I have a couple weapons. I don't think I need more.
All right. Then let's be on our way.
I think so, yeah.
Do you go to the constable? Is that something you do?
Yes, he would go and fill them in. Just kind of a, hey,
Ephraim.
sure, Ephraim the constable. To just let him know that there have been, one, he's home early because the caravan got attacked by a pack of wolves acting weird, essentially, because, yeah, he'll tell his mom about the ink beasts, but telling everyone else is like, I'm gonna be called crazy and no one's gonna believe me. So just like, hey, there are some animals that are kind of acting out of sorts. Be aware.
Rabies is going around.
Yeah. The water sickness is going around. Be aware.
I just wanted to make sure, just for world events, to make sure to note down that, constable's aware.
Yeah.
Ish.
Cody forgot. Ygin wouldn't have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Xelas. I'm assuming you...
I just imagine these things as stress balls. I think there's honestly a moment where he pauses before he crushes it, thinking of Bourne, his best friend he hasn't seen in years, because like this is the first time he'd have a way of actually getting to wherever the hell Bourne has gone. But then it's like, no, we gotta go to my family, and then he'll crush it.
And Ygin will crush his afterward.
Same.
I'm assuming you, like, come to into, like, your home or your family's home.
Probably, yeah, near. We're not doing the white American thing where he lives with his parents because he doesn't have
Okay.
a family of his own. He's not married, which is part of the stress of his mom's always there. He should get married.
So, yeah, you pop up in home, and it is completely empty. Nobody's home. And it's late at night. They should be...
Yeah.
Like, okay, there was a storm, so maybe...
Yeah, I think he's like, Ma? Pops?
Nobody's here, Xelas. And that is where we'll end our session. Goodbye, everyone, and remember... Play to your you!
Bye!
Thank you for listening to this episode of Roll for Focus from Campaign 1 Ouroboros. This episode was edited by Cody, transcriptions are by Artemis, character art is by Miajic, also known as Fiesta TB. She can be found at linktree/Miajic, that's MEDEKH. You can visit us at rollforfocus.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and TikTok at rollforfocus. If you want to do more to support us, for as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon, Roll for Focus Podcast. Get exclusive looks at character sheets, ad-free episodes, early access to episodes, monthly extra content, give fan submissions for names or items, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, Emery here. We're so thankful to everyone that supports us by even just listening, rating, and sharing our podcast. We wouldn't be able to do this without our audience support. And we're especially grateful to those who go above and beyond and subscribe to our Patreon. Like those that have found enlightenment and know it's best to play to your you. Like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much.
Did somebody say that?
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay,
Nobody's here. And that's where we'll end the
The
session.
BBEG walks around the corner. They're all gone.
Nobody's here.
I don't know,
Second session.
Now it's your turn.